Aries, welcome to your Celtic cross reading. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aries, please. Show me that Aries collective. You know, I decided it was going to be flannel week. We're just going to do flannel all this week. I actually thought about you when I don't know, for some reason, I just feel like that would be an Aries style is flannel. So I don't know. Maybe that's just in my head, but it seems like it would fit. You know what I'm saying? Myself personally, I am Gen X. I grew up in the 90s and it was just a sea of flannel and Doc Martens and I lived for it. Can we bring that back, please? Seriously. This style was so simple. It was fantastic. Flannel and Doc Martens for life, yeah? What's going on, please? What's going on, please? What's going on? Show me Aries. Show me that Aries collective, like always. Take what resonates, leave it does not. If there's more than one energy clearly apparent to you on this board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate. Frustrating but normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Show me Aries, please. What's going on for Aries? What's going on, please, for Aries? What's going on, please? Show me, Aries. Saw the rise of coffee houses and grunge music. Bliss. Bliss. Absolute bliss. What's going on, please? Although that may not be your idea of bliss, but for me, honey, it was absolute heaven. All right. 5 of Pentacles. Crossing. 9 of Wands. Trying to prevent it. What's above you? 6 of Swords. Okay. Come on now. Past, Hanged Man, a time of doing nothing. Okay, that's coming to a close. Exiting, 10 of Swords. Okay, we are moving past this. Good. Whatever this is, you are moving past it. Before you, the future, 10 of Wands. Okay. Your strengths, the Lovers. Your environment, Page of Pentacles. Hopes and fears, 10 of Cups. Outcome, 4 of Wands. And so we begin again. I feel like we've been on a particular Aries journey for a while where I have been saying very marked endings, but now you're showing me marked endings and your willingness to move on or past it. I'm not saying it's a breeze. I'm not saying it's a fun. Clearly it's not a walk in the park, yeah? But we're at that point now where I'm saying for the collective, here's something devastating. Here's a specific point in time. And now I'm seeing you. Okay, there's that devastating moment. It's time to move on from it. It's time to make peace with it. It's time to deal with it. It's time to move on. So that may not be where you are. But yeah, I believe I've been seeing something like this for Aries for a while. And I am glad to see that you are clearly opening up to other things, which is beautiful. All right, we'll get there. You opened up straight away with 5 of Pentacles, a sense of abandonment, loss, breakage. There's no hope here. 9 of Wands is crossing. Your need to resist that break is coming down. I didn't know how much you were going to fight that. Aries being who you are, honey, you're naturally a fighter until you understand that it's at your own cost if you keep fighting something futile. So I know that you resisted that break in as much as you possibly could. And you are now bridging that space of acceptance with the 6 of Swords is crowning you. So don't think of it as an admission of defeat. Think of it as this must be. If I have to work this hard to keep something from breaking, then it's probably meant to break. Agreed. In your recent past, the Hanged Man, there's something about that hit you too. It's getting perspective on this. Should I be leaning into prevention of the break or should I just let it come through? So that time of rest is over. It's looking like you were into the space of acceptance. We have the 10 of Swords exiting. So like I said, the most immediate sense of pain, you are now getting past that on your timeline. Before you, 10 of Wands, a sense of stress. We're going to clarify, see what that's about. You can actually carry quite a bit. Now, the Lovers is in your strengths. That's interesting. Strong connection. One that you are familiar with. One that is yet to present itself. We shall see. Page of Pentacles in your environment is such a little guy. But after what you've given me today to see here, I can't say I'm surprised. You know, new investments. You don't know what to make of it. Should you? What does that even look like? Page, you know. In your environment, the willingness to change, open up, plant new seeds, that kind of thing. And perhaps only Lovers connection could coax us into that kind of energy, you know. Hopes and fears, 10 of Cups. Will there be a happily ever after, Christina? Because I kind of want that, but I'm afraid of it. Look at where I came from, right? Okay. Outcome 4 of Wands, some sort of relationship energy here today. Okay. All right. let's get cracking. And I can see from your point of view, given your open, you're like, that's not possible. And honey, I mean, you know, moving forward can sometimes start with the smallest of investments. It can be so deceiving on the forefront, especially given the intensity, right, of your opening. So let's start right there with that Five of Pentacles, okay? Lots of pain, frustration, fear of abandonment, knowing that you have to move on, getting into and working into that space of acceptance specifically. That's not the easiest thing, but you did take the necessary time out with the Hanged Man in your recent past to look at these things. Which reminds me, I may not clarify all of these. Some of them will speak for themselves, such as the Hanged Man, that interim period where you looked at these things. Let's take a look. Some of that Five of Pentacles, please, for Aries. Some of that Five of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles cut in half, Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Yeah, this is an abrupt parting of ways. It does not feel good at all. It's not abrupt. I can see that you've been resisting it, but it's like the finality of it is here. Okay, it's really not abrupt. There was a whole bunch of time, energy, and effort that was leaning into this moment of full separation. And what I'm seeing here, the Ten of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles twice, you and whomever it is your co-creator, your co-founder are parting ways, and it's looking like it's an equal division, literally an equal division. So well done. It hurt you to do this, but if two people can really honestly separate and say that it was equal at the end of the day in terms of resources, that kind of thing, it's amicable, even though it hurts. So congratulations in that respect. I know it wasn't easy, especially in the parting of ways and separating out the real and the tangible. That's really hard. I know. Okay. But as far as I can tell, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, it sucks. It sucks to essentially break from both sides what was created and built together. The co-creation of that Ten of Pentacles is really real. There's a lot of time in there, a lot of time, a lot of energy. But ultimately heartbreak, disappointment, pain, loss, and sadness. And also, it might have been stable, but instability was felt on both sides. Okay. Instability was definitely felt on both sides. No matter how high functioning that Ten of Pentacles was, there's something here about the natural discord between the two that made it feel unstable, unsafe, or just not very loving or very secure. So heartbreak is there. Because it didn't work the way that you two had imagined, and like I said, strong representation of co-creation right here. Nine of Wands is in resisting this. Like I said, you're quite the fighter. I will go ahead and briefly clarify that. I do think it speaks for itself, but I do want to see your spirit behind keeping this together as long as you could. Because that's going to tell me a little bit more about the Aries that you are. Let's see that Nine of Wands, please. Let's see that Nine of Wands. Show me that Nine of Wands. It seems like it's going down, and it's going down officially sometime over the course of this year. I don't know how finalized it is yet, but it seems like we're on that way. Okay. Ace of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. You held on because for as long as you could, you still felt something of the residuals in your heart. That's why you fought as long as you did. You know, I'm seeing mixed emotions here of trying to keep your heart present and full, but understanding there was an absence nonetheless. And because there was those mixed feelings, I have something in this that is good and clean of pure intentions of my heart. I'm also detached simultaneously. It gave me my own sense of mixed feelings, so I held on by default as long as I could. Okay, very standard. Okay. I'm not trying to minimize what you went through. I'm saying this is very normal for separation at the size I'm seeing it. This is what people will tell you. I honestly held on to this with good intentions. I really found in some way some love in it, even while I was separating from it. It was just such a slow process. I didn't see it or experience it or feel it for what it was at the time. This is really normal. Okay? So that's why you held on to Four of Pentacles. Because you had mixed feelings within yourself for a long time. And when we stop mixing feelings and we have one solid direction of thought, feeling, spirit, motivation, direction, that's when we stop holding on to things and we allow ourselves to accept them for what they are. So that's when I see you stop resisting this breakage. Is when at some point in your past you went into Hanged Man and you thought about these very things. Your feelings for this co-creator and this world you created should not be mixed. Nor should they have a mixed reception. Right? We shouldn't feel abandoned in the very thing that we say is stabilizing. And we probably shouldn't feel compelled a little bit more every day to leave it. Okay, if it was for us. Mixed signals are real, and everything begins with the self. If you have mixed feelings on the subject, and it kind of puts you in this position of, because I don't really know, I should just hold on, that's what we need to look at, is the self first. And I have no doubt this person who shares this Five of Pentacles with you has similar feelings. Okay. What's above you, influencing you, is that Six of Swords, the acceptance to move on. Again, once more, I'm not saying it was easy at all. But having that sort of mental resolve and what you might even say spiritual grace to accept it. Knowing when to stop fighting at last. You know, you fight for when you know something is yours. And sometimes we fight out of habit because we still think it's ours, even when it's not. The trick is to know which is which. Which one is still worth fighting for, or in the process of still fighting for it, understanding that we probably shouldn't. Let's see that Six of Swords, please. The Chariot, King of Cups, Temperance. You yourself are looking forward to moving forward on your own terms. You have such a strong natural desire to be at peace in your heart again. That's a very strong sense. I want to be at peace in my heart again. I want to be at peace with me, and I want to feel good about myself again. I must leave this behind. So you actually have a very strong emotional motivation that goes well beyond mixed feelings and why you held on to this. You yourself just want your heart in good working order again. Chariot, King of Cups, and Temperance here. So that is beautiful, beautiful healing of the heart. And the idea is if I move on from this, I accept it, I can really love myself again. Feel in tune with me again. And that's beautiful. Have a sense of direction and focus again. Bring peace to my inner world. That way your heart doesn't feel mixed anymore. And therefore your actions don't feel mixed and futile and broken anymore. You have a strong sense of self right here under the condition of acceptance and moving forward. You seem to know this inherently, which is beautiful. The more I move on from this, the more I will find peace. Correct? Okay? Okay. That is absolutely beautiful. Just your motivation of the self is fantastic, and it's correct. Okay? And this came from, once more, of a space of having the necessary thoughts in the past that led you up to this. Okay. The Ten of Swords is on the exit. We're going to go ahead and skip that. It speaks for itself. You are doing all the right things. You are in the right state of works and motions. And what you want for yourself is a clear indication that you have healthy hearts and healthy intentions. Okay. Good job. Good job. I don't know how long this is going to take. A big chunk of it's being done as we speak. But when you get here to actually allowing yourself to move forward, you will be washed in what looks like peace. Okay, it's lovely. Ten of Wands is before you in the future. All right, let's take a look at that. Let's see that Ten of Wands, please. Let's see that Ten of Wands. Let's see that Ten of Wands, please. Nine of Wands, the Resistance, King of Swords, the Seven of Swords. That's a very disapproving energy there. Extremely disapproving. It's markedly different from where you came from in terms of this is what I want for myself and moving forward, so I'm not entirely convinced it's you. Because you have such a beautiful piece attached to you in this forward momentum to move forward. I see someone's very disapproving figure surrounding you. I don't care for it. What their role in your life is, I couldn't say. But they're very disapproving. All the 9 of Wands and everything else that you already dealt with, and knowing that this was correct for you, someone else disapproves and says you could have worked harder. It's looking like they will question your sense of direction and willingness to be strong. I have some thoughts for that person that are probably best kept to myself. So there will always be outsiders looking in. Who that is, the one you're leaving behind, and they still disapprove or they're still trying to resist. I don't know, because I saw it as being an amicable split of resources. But that doesn't mean that they still don't have some residual anger, upset, pissed offness, that kind of thing. So it could still be them, even though the division of resources looked equal. Or this is someone else altogether, seriously giving you intense frowny face. Mostly passively, I must say, passively. 7 of Swords with the King of Swords, passively suggesting you didn't try hard enough. It is a lot of disapproval. And you feel the weight or sense of responsibility to listen to this person. I really do not want this person's poor opinion or perhaps good intentions wrapped up in a poor opinion affect what you experienced right here. This is how I know you're correct, and not say this disapproving figure. Do you want to know how I know you're correct and that you did the best you could? Because you showed me a beautiful sense of peace and moving on and accepting this for what it is and not keep fighting for what it isn't. And that's how you know. When you understand how to fight, that means you understand what's worth fighting for, when, circumstances, etc. Because it takes a great deal of energy to stand up for something, and it takes a great deal of energy to reject something. So when you stop participating in the fight here, you feel peace. So I know that that's not you. Your reaction is 10 of Wands. I have to listen to this, god dang it, and it influences you negatively. I don't want this person's poor judgment, and it is critical, passive, which is my least favorite kind. Passive, critical judgment. Someone who gives you this stink eye and says, well, you got to do what you got to do. I'm just saying, if it was me, I would have stuck in longer. But hey, we're not all like that. I don't want you to listen to that. This is what you listen to. It is so judging, and it's passive, which is the worst kind. Which means the person who thinks they have the most authority actually has the least. Be straight with your words and actions, or get the hell out, you know? Because that's... people who allude to having power almost never do. They just, again, they want the illusion of it. But I hate the way it weighs on you. So that tells me you take that person's opinion seriously. I'm glad I saw that today just so I could give you the heads up. You don't know what that person's motivation is for talking down to you like that. You have no idea. You don't know what their agenda is, unless, of course, it's, again, the person you separated from, in which case you know what it is. It's heavy disapproval, still angry and pissed off, and using passive mental tactics to keep you engaged, even if it is in the worst ways, which, again, there's no coincidence why you're separating from that. So keep that in mind. I actually don't know, but it feels like a very disapproving masculine figure. Heads up. Let's get back to your future. Okay? The Lovers, your strengths. A strong connection that speaks to you, that calls to you. Let's take a look, yeah? Let's see that, Lovers, please. Let's see that, Lovers, please. Let's see that, Lovers, please. Show me the lovers, show me the lovers, show me the lovers. Show me the lovers, please. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Five of Pentacles. I knew I was going to see the Five of Pentacles for this person, not because we separated from them, but because the communication towards them suggests what you've been through. You are connecting to someone. I see the Nine of Pentacles as whomever that lover is. Strong sense of self, individuation, someone who can stand up on their own 2 feet, make their own way in this world comfortably. So they're not perfect, but the idea is I know who I am more often than not, more days than not, yeah? Which is always a good thing in my book. I see you talking to this person and you are discussing, excuse me, that's my list, discussing the separation with this person. Again, just to be clear, this is not the one that we so painstakingly divided ways with, separated from. This is someone we're talking to about that separation. I knew I was going to see that Five of Pentacles, and I knew I was going to see you talking to this person about it. This is someone then, therefore, lover's connection aside, in the real world, that tells me you can confide in this person. You want them to know. You want this person to know about your current situation or status. When? I have not a clue. But obviously, when you get past that bridge point of serious disapproval, this is when you can start making decisions for yourself in and of your own right. Okay. But yes, I see you talking to this person about what happened. Okay. It's coming up under your strengths, the lovers is, because this is someone who's confident. That also means they're your equal in sense of they've been through something like this before. Heavy notes of separation and how they came back to it on the other side as a whole complete person. So this is someone we can confide in. Okay? They've been through it. They know what it's like. And they're going to confirm back to you what you've been through. That you're not crazy. They get it. And look at them today and look at what you will be too in future. So again, this is a confident bare minimum. Even if it doesn't immediately jump into a lover status, and there's a good chance it won't, we are opening up, just because of where you came from. Okay, so we're not going to just jump into that new cup. At least, I don't know. Actually, you're Aries cardinal, so cardinal fire, so you might do. To each their own, you know. But yeah, no, we're going to confide. That's what it's coming up as a strong connection. In that respect of communication first, clearing the air, setting the stage, that kind of thing. Okay, let's keep going. I'm very curious. Let's see that Page of Pentacles, please, in your environment. Being open to new investment. Oh, me and those freaking, I'll tell you what, they've been jumping off the table all dang week. Between the air pressure from the cards as I shuffle and my long nails, I'm just getting everything. Let's see that Page of Pentacles, please. Show me that Page of Pentacles. Yes, a strong natural connection, but in reality, you two have a lot in common. Six of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Page of Swords. Oh. I see you investing in that Six of Cups. It's a soul bond lover type thing. We have memories with this person. We have solid, legit memories with this person. You're showing me a little bit of hesitation because you're reflecting backwards to the past of what you left behind over here. A little bit of hesitation in your new investment because, like I said, you're cardinal fire. You're probably wondering, are you investing at the right time? Is it too fast? Am I bringing this up too soon? So I see you hesitating in that respect of speed, investment. How do I do this? So there's some question marks around this because this connection really, really calls to you. But what you're showing me is a natural hesitation. You know, what should I say? Just because you're cardinal fire doesn't mean you're necessarily going to jump right in there. So there's going to be questions surrounding this connection about how much to invest and what does that look like, pace, rhythm, that kind of thing. You'll figure that out. You'll figure that out. I can see where it feels a little bit intimidating because you kind of just left this behind. But you also want this person to know where you're at in life. You know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere in there. This is what I've just done. This is where I'm at. I want to open up the lines of communication, but I don't quite know the speed of investment here and what that should look like. So I would just say start there with communication. It feels like it's been a while since we've connected to this person. They seem to understand you very quickly. Like I said, they're confident, you know? But yeah, no, just keep on. It's okay. I see you reflecting on that Six of Swords. Am I ready to do this investment? The soul bond is here. You two look well connected in all the right ways. So take that at face value. Communicate with it. Just take it from there. If it feels right, it is. If it feels wrong or you're not sure, then back off. Okay? Just try not to rush into anything. You'll be okay. You two will figure it out. If you two are so well soul bonded the way I think you are, you'll figure out your particular rhythm. All right? Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. Show me that Ten of Cups, please. Hopes and fears. Show me that Ten of Cups, please. Show me that Ten of Cups. Show me that Ten of Cups. Show me that Ten of Cups. Page of Pentacles. I know you're worried about the investment. I know. The Emperor, and that's you. Okay. The Six of Wands. You know, you really want the whole thing. You really do. You really do. So when you're showing me these pages, you're not sure how to jump into this soul bond. You just left this thing. What do I do? What does it even look like? Exactly what I told you. A little bit at a time. You actually do want the full emotional expanse. You want the happily ever after. You want the Ten of Cups, the emotional rainbow harmony, the expansion of the self as part of a bigger entity. Okay. You do want the whole thing. There you are as Emperor. And you pretty much did what I told you to do. Just take it a couple pages at a time. Start with communication. You two will find your rhythm. So you are actually hoping more for this than you do fear it, which is wonderful. So you're not allowing fear and I just left something to override what you feel is correct for you. Okay, page by page on this one. Communication by communication, pentacle by pentacle, you will start to build something between you. And in fact, you already have. I don't know what degree it is when you last connected with it. I just know that you have memories with this person that suggest you have a rich emotional and spiritual connection, even if it's not heavily backed up with real-world memories. It was enough to leave an impression on your soul that you immediately gravitated back towards it when you were free. Okay? You knew who you were going to. And it's okay if we start out with pages. I mean, look where you came from, honey. It was probably enough just to get the communication out to this person. Hey, this is my situation. You want to talk sometime? Just catch up and just take it from there. You know what you want. You do. And our hopes and fears are hopes and fears because typically as we hope for it, we also fear for it. And I can kind of tell who's going to win what based on how large their fears are or how large their hopes are. You very much want the fullness right there. You claiming it, empowered. You want to feel empowered in a larger dynamic. You're going to drop those pages, honey. Trust yourself. You know what you want, okay? It was no coincidence that, despite sounding cheesy, but there you go, that your kind of soul sought this person out almost immediately. It's not a coincidence. Disapproving figure or no, whomever that is. You know, honey, if it was their life, I suppose it depends on what you value. For some reason, there's a sourness. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go back to this, but there's a sourness attached to this person. Because they couldn't make decisions like that for themselves, they don't want other people to do it either. I don't know how else to express that. But that's that passive thought. I never allowed myself that room to separate from something and gain my own freedom, even though I probably should have, and I wasted a lot of years of my life being unhappy and miserable. Therefore, I don't think you should either. You know how that is? Because it was done to me, or I chose to do it to myself, I want other people to do the same. That way they can be equally unhappy. You see what I'm saying? Passive sourness. That's what I'm saying. You cannot live by other people's tune. You need to understand your tune. You understand? We can only do what's right for us. not other people. Otherwise, we really will be a bunch of miserable sons of you-know-whats. Let's see that 4 of Wands, please. Show me that 4 of Wands. Show me that 4 of Wands. Show me that 4 of Wands. Let's see that 4 of Wands, please, and the outcome. Let's see that 4 of Wands, please. Let's see that 4 of Wands. Ace of Cups. Oh, the 5 of Swords. The Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. 5 of Swords. That's a little surprising. But it's also a very small 5 of Swords. It's what you would call manageable. And it's what I've been seeing and hinting with your energy today, since pretty much over here in your environment. When I saw you nervously look backwards and say, am I ready? You're showing me that too, but over your heart space. Okay, so Aries, honey, I know you want this connection. You see yourself part of it. You really do. I want you to take a step back, though, if you're hesitating that much around your heart space. Okay, because you do have a beautiful heart space. And sometimes you look backwards and you reflect how it went really wrong over here. I have every reason to believe you are coming from a connection that for some reason made you feel bad that you had love. So much here is unspoken or taken for granted or just misused or not checked in with enough. There's something about you having natural heart space, but it was almost like it was used against you to keep you going. It doesn't feel right. I mean, there's a reason you're separating from it, right? And so the last time you had strong in-love energy, I'm not surprised then you were reflecting backwards and your own heart space being in love and 5 of Swords. Are you sure this is what you want to do? So this is self-sabotage. I don't want, and it's a small one too with the Page of Wands. Just every now and again, I see your nervous mind kick off about, can I do this? Can I do this? The answer is yes. But if you don't believe that, your fears might take over. So just please be aware of this. You have a beautiful heart. You do. And you wonder once more, there's the 4 of Wands. A relationship is forming. Like I said, we take this page by page. You say you know what you want. You want to be part of something larger. It starts here with that relationship building in a good space from your heart. Okay. So with this self-sabotage then is that every now and again I see you tempted to turn around and be like, I'm not ready for this. Yes, you are. But you have to know that. So this is, I understand you wanted to reestablish the lines of communication. You didn't hesitate about that soul bond you needed to gravitate towards. You wanted to get reaffirmed in this person's world. I got you. Okay. There's a difference between kind of reestablishing yourself in someone's world and knowing that you're ready to claim it. You are so close to being fully ready to claim this, but every now and again you hesitate. So FYI. Whomever this is, remember, it's not a coincidence that you went straight towards them. Okay? So if you feel like there's anything less than a pure heart approaching this and relationship building with it, it's best for you both to back off until you absolutely know for certain, because something here beautifully could be built. But every now and again, I kind of get that your heart space was used against you, where you were coming from. There's a reason you had mixed signals with yourself, and it went out, and then you ended up holding on, and they used that heart space to their advantage for that reason. Whatever this is isn't like that. But if you don't know that you can trust your heart or your feeling towards it, or trust being in love with it, because that's what this is, being in love with this newly developed relationship, you will talk yourself out of it and self-sabotage it, so be aware. Okay? Make sure that you are as complete to meet this as it is as ready to meet you completely. Okay? Other than that, I'd say be open to it. If you really want it, and you want it to come from the best place in you, make sure your heart's clean to receive it. Because it does want to receive you. It does. I know you got some trust issues in the heart. All the more reason, try not to let that voice override what you're experiencing. It's almost like this person's parting words just left a dent on your heart, and In that case, you need to take your heart to the shop and knock that dent back out. Okay? Their parting words were a curse. I don't like that. Nobody else gets to dictate your future, what you step into, what you feel, and why. Nobody. Okay. I don't like that. Anything else here, please, for Aries? Other than that, you're beautiful. You have a beautiful connection that's waiting for you. I know everybody's getting this. The many masks, unmasking of the self, the truth of the situation. You did most of that back here, mostly in acceptance for what this was, instead of insisting on what it wasn't, right? I know. Everybody's getting that one. 38. Lost compass, getting back to a place of integrity. I know you're struggling with it. Really honoring thyself. Where it is you're supposed to be. Exactly. I can also see where that particular language might be used against you for this person on the bridge. You lost your way, you have no integrity, you should have kept fighting for this. They weren't in your position, they wouldn't know. And even if they were in your position, they gave in and kept fighting for something they probably didn't want, and they want you to do the same because, hey, they made miserable choices. You know how it is when people make good choices or bad choices, they want you to do the same, that way they don't feel alone, right? Yeah, that's where it's just such a sour. Wailing tree, reconciliations, beloved, radical acceptance. No, that's beautiful. That's brilliant. The wailing tree, reconciliations, I see that in a couple different ways. The wailing tree is because the reconciliations are not coming together the way we want. And we stay rooted to the spot way too long, hoping to reconcile when it's just not. I see that. We got that. Beloved, radical acceptance. Where did we see this, guys? Right back here. Radical acceptance, right here. That's fantastic. Okay? Don't forget this when you connect with your soul bond. You have a beautiful heart. You know how to move it forward. You know how to heal your feelings. Trust this. Okay? Not a connection's misdeeds of the past. Live in the present. Okay? Right there. Radical acceptance, but also beloved. There's that sense right there too. Beloved. The fiery heart. No hesitation about where it was going to next. A little bit of hesitation when it gets real, right? When it's time to pony up the wands, the communication, the pentacles, the pages. But it finds its own feet if you allow it. Okay? All right. Okay, we're good. Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.